People want to know why I walked out on Aviv. Well, I'll tell you. At New Frontiers, I pinned James Ty to become the #1 contender for the heavyweight title. A few weeks later, I took Doug Williams, the heavyweight champion, to his limit and came within this close to taking the heavyweight title. And after that, I get put in a match with Aviv. Tag in with him. I mean, I got where I am from skill, determination and hard work. And Aviv, he's done nothing. He's had a few fluky little wins to get him where he is. And for me to tag up with him, well, that was an insult. It took him 5 minutes in that match to prove that he's not good enough to be my tag partner. I'm not here to help out young little kids like Aviv. I'm here to help out myself. And Aviv, Maayan, you're going to be the first on my list as I push my way back to the top of the
Johnny Storm, Thailand, and... Hey, Johnny boy! I'm waiting for you! No! Bring me back in, Tommy, away! No!
Hi there and welcome again to another episode of FWA TV. As always, I'm your host and ever-faithful servant, John Atkins. This week, we've got a packed show for you. As always, the main event will see a hard-hitting, smash-mouth contest, a father versus son bout. Ricky Knight will take on his own son, his own flesh and blood, the Zebra Kid. But first, we've got a one-on-one contest. Mark, 5-star Belton, will take on Aviv Maayan. A couple of weeks back, these two friends faced the family for a shot at the FWA Tag Team Championships, but Belton walked out on Aviv and things haven't been the same between the two since then. Tonight they fight for a chance to face the anarchist Doug Williams. Over now to our commentators Nick London and Tony Giles.
The following contest is set for one fall. Introducing first,
Aviv Maayan taking on Mark Belton, his former tag team partner. Now, some people may look at Aviv Maayan, you yourself, and say this is a lucky underdog in the FWA, having defeated the managing director Alex Shane not once but twice. But the way I see it is, Nick, Aviv Maayan is one to watch for in the FWA. He's going to be my pick for breakout star of this year.
You know what? I'm going to make a special request to new Commissioner Flash Barker that every time you mention the fact that Aviv Maayan won a match against Alex Shane, that you get fined £1,000.
and his opponent, from Stafford, he is the champion of charisma, Mark 5-star Belton.
Aviv Maayan opponent tonight, it's going to be 5-star Mark Belton. Now, obviously, these two men have had a lot of problems as of late, and it all started when Aviv Maayan tagged up with 5-star Mark Belton in an FWA Tag Team Challenge. Unfortunately, whether it was Aviv's own fault or whether the opponents were just keeping him away, Aviv did not tag in 5-star Mark Belton. Mark Belton got frustrated and he just left the ring. And since that point, they've just had a war of words backstage. Mark Belton even came out distracted. Aviv Maayan during a crucial match versus Mark Sloan. And now it's led to this, Tony. It's led to this one. They're going to settle it like men in the middle of the ring.
Well, Nick, if I remember rightly, it was during that tag team match they had against the family for the FWA tag team titles that you seem to be saying that Aviv was being selfish, not wanting to tag Mark Belton in, wanting to get all the victory and all the glory for himself. But Nick, that simply wasn't the case. Aviv Maayan was having a pounding laid on him by the FWA tag team champions. And frankly, Mark Belton got jealous of the fact he wasn't in the ring. He wasn't hogging the limelight as it was. And when Aviv finally did go for the tag, what did Mark Belton do? Put his tail between his legs and run away like a coward.
Listen, I talked to 5-star Mark Belton. I had a conversation with him earlier on tonight, and he gave me 3 key reasons as to why he hates Aviv Maayan so much that he's decided to make an example of him here in the middle of the FWA ring. First of all, you got to remember that 5-star Mark Belton came within a whisker of winning the FWA heavyweight title, and he is upset that he has been dropped down the card, and he is now fighting against the likes of Aviv Maayan, a man who has only just started his wrestling career. Secondly, Mark Belton is a very proud wrestler. He is a huge fan of the old school days, and he just hates the idea that Aviv Maayan, a person who he sees as a mere kid, is able to step within the squared circle. And finally, Aviv Maayan is Welsh, and you know what, Tony? That's enough to make my blood boil.
Well, there's no reason to have anything against him, Nick, just because he's Welsh.
Oh, I think it is.
But so far in this match, we've seen the nice gentleman handshake there from Mark Belton. Are we going to see a classic wrestling match here, or are we going to see Mark Belton just, use that cocky attitude he has to his advantage?
I'll tell you what I think we're going to see. I think we're going to see 5-star Mark Belton prove to the people here tonight in the Bucksbourne Civic Hall why he was so close to winning the FWA heavyweight title. Don't get me wrong, Aviv Maayan has had a few lucky victories, and he's been showing some great momentum and great promise for the future. But the fact of the matter is that in comparison, 5-star Mark Belton is a veteran.
Mark Belton there backing Aviv Maayan into the turnbuckles. Goes with the fake there. Aviv Maayan wasn't quite prepared for it. Maybe Mark Belton's going to try a little bit of a psych out going in this, Nick, because as you said before, Mark Belton has been in the ring a lot longer than Aviv Maayan. This is going to be one of Aviv's toughest challenges as of yet. What do you think is going to happen?
Well, I don't know. I mean, at the moment, we're seeing 5-star Mark Belton leading with that headlock. And I honestly believe that 5-star Mark Belton, being the veteran in comparison to Aviv Maayan, will keep that pressure on tight. And Aviv Maayan's not going to have a lot of room to, he's not going to have a lot of room to maneuver or breathe.
Definitely. I thought Mark Belton would come into this match being all cocky and arrogant and just completely disrespect Aviv Maayan. But at the moment, as it stands, we've had a pretty decent wrestling contest. There has been clean breaks when the referees asked for them, something I wasn't expecting out of Belton. So maybe Belton's had a change of heart.
His hand.
That's true, Nick. Maybe that we have had a change of heart out of Mark Belton. He realised what he did was wrong. Only time will tell as Belton now shoots off into the ropes. Aviv Maayan tried to block the move, but Belton just runs straight through him with that shoulder.
Very nice there from Maayan. Thing is though, 5-star Mark Belton wasn't wrong, so I assure you it's not that. It's just that if you want to make an example of Aviv Maayan, you've got to beat him clean. You know what I mean? He's not going to do any dirty cheating, because he wants to prove that he is outright a better wrestler. Nice, he went for a nice high headlock attempt there, but Aviv Maayan rolled through, got that wrist lock in. Nice and tight.
Nice and tight, holding onto the arm there of Mark Belton. Mark Belton uses the leg, goes with a nice snapmare, takes Aviv over, but Aviv again managed to whip out straight away back into that nice wrist lock.
Mark Belton trying to reach the ropes, not quite capable of it though.
Very, very clever manoeuvre from Aviv Maayan there, making sure he stayed firmly in the centre of the ring so Belton wasn't able to touch either of the 4 ropes.
Both men very technically proficient. Aviv Maayan himself was trained in the FWA Portsmouth Training School. Meanwhile, 5-star Mark Belton has just basically seasoned himself with experience across the United Kingdom.
Belton working on the arm and elbow area of Aviv Maayan there, nicely done with the boot. Adding in that extra little bit of pressure, a nice top wrist lock there, grapevining the arm over and then using the boot to stomp on the elbow area. Nicely done from 5-star Mark Belton.
You can see 5-star Mark Belton bringing in these very old school-esque ideas in, and it's a very successful tactic against Aviv Maayan. Now Aviv there, his own wrist lock once more. He really does not want to relinquish control here. But I don't think 5-star will give him a chance.
Nicely done there. Beautiful takedown there from Mark Belton, using his leg to trip Maayan to make sure that he did go down.
Maayan with the nip up. Where's he going to take this? Over the top. Beautiful through the legs. He is forcing the contest to speed up a little bit here. And there's the first roll of one test.
Only a 2 count, Nick. Very, very quick and early in this contest, but a fantastic match we're seeing so far.
Well, it's obviously very intriguing to see who gets the first pinfall of the contest. And in this case, it was Aviv Maayan.
You can see, Nick, the fans are firmly behind both men. The fans have seen Mark Belton's action, but, you know, you can't fault good wrestling, and that's what we're seeing in this ring so far. You know, all this handshaking business, though, from Mark Belton, something just doesn't sit quite right with me here, Nick. After everything Mark Belton has said, and after his actions from that tag match, it just seems a little bit odd that he would be so friendly and gentlemanly towards Aviv Maayan.
Well, it's not friendly or gentlemanly, it's a sportsman attitude. He wants to beat Aviv Maayan clean. Oh, come on, what is all this rubbish now?
It would appear that the crowd wanting to see Aviv Maayan dance, and Aviv giving them a little taster of what they wanted to see.
Well, there's no doubt Aviv Maayan is a very flamboyant, charismatic individual right there, and he is a lovely guy, I suppose. I mean, have you actually ever seen his girlfriend? She's a lovely girl, nice wool coat and everything, but I think she's a bit bashful, if you know what I mean.
Aviv Maayan taken down there, very nicely done from Mark Belton. He had him in a hammerlock, managed to take him over with a roll through, and again Belton is using that top wrist lock, and he's got his foot placed once again on the elbow. It would appear that Mark Belton is just working away on the left arm of Aviv Maayan as he goes in with a headbutt there at the elbow, and once again and again twisting in that nice arm ring.
Aviv Maayan, nice takedown there, and he puts a toe right on the double knees there. Look at that execution.
Mark Belton now trying to fight out of it. Mark Belton reaches the bottom rope. Referee Steve Linsky is telling Aviv to break the hold, and again Aviv does so straight away.
This match, I have to say, I've been quite impressed. I really am enjoying this. I'm very much absorbed into this contest. It's been nice, slow, methodical. I mean, it's showing a lot of true original value that British wrestling has to offer. 5-star now with the waist lock. Aviv trying to find the escape. Will he get it?
Aviv trying to get around with that standing switch, but Mark Belton is just not letting him at the moment. Aviv trying to use that leg as leverage, manages to nip out of the move and get him back into that wrist lock.
Well, absolutely. 5-star now. Double roll full, triple, through the legs, kicks Aviv away, and a slight nipper.
Nicely done. You know, what we're seeing here, Nick, is very reminiscent of, say, some of Doug Williams' earlier work in the ring. And Aviv Maayan, wow! Aviv taking the opportunity there, Nick. I mean, Mark Belton had his back to Aviv Maayan, so Aviv saw it and thought, well, why not use it? Goes into the drop.
Absolutely. First rule of a wrestling match, don't put your back to an opponent. And Aviv Maayan capitalised. He launches 5-star. There was the leap from the tap and a deep arm drag.
Aviv Maayan just taking the opportunity there, Nick, again with a nice arm drag, but Mark Belton meets him straight away with a square slap across the face.
Oh, Aviv. Whoa, I've not seen this kind of emotion from Aviv Maayan before. He looks a little frustrated, Tony.
He does, and it would appear that Mark Belton's like, it would appear that Mark Belton sounds to him, you know, what do you think you're doing kind of thing. But Aviv Maayan ducks out of the way of Belton there. Nice monkey flip, sends Belton down. Aviv Maayan appears to be clutching the back, or his lower back rather. It would appear that Belton has done some damage.
You know, this is interesting. I think this is the first time that Mark Belton has been in the ring with someone quicker than him. And as you can see right there, when you're in there with a, you know, against someone who's quicker than you, and you make those kind of maneuvers, you'll make a mistake.
Definitely, Nick, as Mark Belton there went in and basically ate corner posts. But oh, what is Mark Belton doing? Mark Belton catches Aviv Maayan in midair, hot shots him on the top rope, basically draping the neck of Aviv Maayan over that top rope, choking him. Now he's on the outside, and Mark Belton straight away going and targeting that neck there, as we saw with that nice elbow.
I have to say, I mean that was a lovely sharp, you know, point of the elbow, square in the front. The front. Yeah, the front. There we go. We'll call it that. The front, square in the front of Aviv Maayan, and it's obviously his picked a point to damage.
Aviv Maayan dragged outside the ring there by Belton, as both men now are on the outside. Belton firmly in control, goes with the shot there to the abdomen region of Aviv Maayan.
5-star Mark Belton. Just concentrating so hard, so focused. He knows exactly what he's doing in there. Do you think that maybe, since he only just missed out on the FWA heavyweight title, that this man has decided that he needs to take it another step more serious within that ring?
Most definitely, Nick. It would appear that Mark Belton does have a point to prove to FWA management, and this is what he's going to do. Mark Belton, they're distracting referee Steve Linsky so he can use the closed-handed fist into the throat of Aviv Maayan, goes in for the pin, only gets a 2 count. But, you know, if he uses more tactics like that, Nick, going after the injured area, we could well see Belton walk out here with a victory.
Now he just even dropped the front of Aviv Maayan onto his knee. I think what was also interesting, when he was covering him a few moments ago, he even put the pressure just below the throat area. Even when he's pinning him, Tony, he is putting the pressure and he keeps on applying it and applying it. And it is obvious that there is a bullseye right across the neck of Aviv Maayan.
Aviv Maayan now firing back as the fans are behind him. Aviv shoots himself off the rope once again and goes over. Nice sunset flip, he tries to get it, but Mark Belton holds on and goes in, drops a straight fist.
That is not pretty. That is not pretty. He's not even aware of it.
It would appear that the crowd are getting a full moon courtesy of Mark Belton from that sunset flip, but Mark Belton doesn't. Now we finally get to see. I think the referee Steve Linsky told him there that there was a little bit more on display than we really needed
I'm a bit
to see.
suspicious by how long it took referee Steve Linsky to actually inform him of that grievous error, so to speak. But we'll cover that another day. Now he's working again on the throat, Tony.
That's right. He's got him draped over that second rope, and he's using that 5 seconds to inflict as much damage as possible. Belton off baseball slides under the bottom ropes, and with a slap to the face takes Aviv down once more.
Sportsmanship's gone out of the window. Sportsmanship has gone out of the window. That was just a slap to say to Aviv Maayan, you do not belong in the ring with me.
Far too close to the ropes there for Mark Belton to get an effective pin for Nick. As I said before, I wasn't sure if this the cockiness that had gone from Mark Belton was going to be gone for good. And we can see the longer the match goes on, the more cocky, the more arrogant Mark Belton becomes.
As you can see, more strikes to the throat. Now the Aviv Maayan, he's trying to keep the momentum going. Oh wait, we've seen this. Oh wait, he hits that DDT.
Tornado DDT square on the top of Belton's head. Belton is draped under the the bottom rope, so if Aviv wants to get a pinfall, he's going to want to bring him in or maybe set him up for the Aviva Las Vegas moonsault that we've seen from Aviv Man before.
Yes, we have seen that Aviva Las Vegas before. Mark Belton, though, with a chin breaker. Obviously, that puts more pressure on that neck area and the muscles surrounding it. And look at that leg drop on the back of the head. The neck of Aviv Maayan must be splintering within his fleshy container.
Only a 2 count there, Nick. When you think about it, Mark Belton's one of his most effective moves is the 5-star leg drop from the top rope. If he were to hit that on the throat of Aviv Maayan, surely it would be all over for Maayan, as Belton now backs him up into the corner.
Now that was a shock, Tony. That would melt the skin off Aviv's very chest. And for the fans, another one.
You can hear the fans wooing at those knife-edge chops, but there's one thing for sure. Aviv Maayan is in a whole world of hurt right now and wants to get out of this as quickly as possible as Belton goes and hits the 3rd chop in a row.
3's a charm, Tony. 3 is a charm. 3 chops in a row. Aviv Maayan will certainly be feeling that. Mark Belton, he's trying to speed up the contest, but that's earlier. Aviv Maayan just a hair quicker and able to take advantage.
Aviv manages to get the boots up, perches himself on the top rope and goes, oh, nicely done!
That's nice!
Hurricanrana wraps up the legs, but Belton, too strong, manages to kick out on the 2, but it's more of this kind of offense that we need to see from Aviv Maayan. More of that quickness, using it to his advantage. Now we see Belton. He's tapped straight away, Nick. That damage that Belton has inflicted during the match has obviously done the job that it was set out to do. Aviv made no bones about it. He taps
and he's not letting go. See, this is not about winning. He is just not letting go. He is saying, Aviv Maayan, I am a veteran. You are merely you know what? You're good, but you're still young and inexperienced, and I've taken you to school.
I think we can still see the resentment from 5-star Mark Belton. He may have won the match, but this between these 2 wrestlers is far from over as we see Belton once again going with that camel clutch, working away on the neck area, working away
around the throat, trying to drive the air out of Aviv Maayan. Nick, it's not over between these two by a long shot.
I tell you one thing, I'm sure Commissioner Flash Barker will have something to say about these turn of events, but regardless, the damage has been done. But Mark Belton brought an old school game here tonight. He wasn't trying to wow the fans, he was just trying to be effective, and that's exactly what he was.
Oh, bloody hell, what are you doing in here? For God's sake, don't do that. Hey, but since you're here, let me tell you a little secret. If you want to catch all the latest on Frontier Wrestling, you really need to go to www.frontierwrestling.com.
Who are you?
What?
What do you think you're playing at?
What do you mean what I'm playing at?
I tell you what, now I'm Commissioner, I'm not going to stand for any stuff like that I just saw in the ring.
What, I didn't do anything wrong?
You know what you did.
I did nothing wrong. I done what anybody would have done to get a shot at the heavyweight title. I ain't done nothing wrong. It's not my fault he's a little boy. I'm really, really sorry.
Well, I tell you what, from now you've got a 2-match ban.
What?
And by the way, your first match ban, it was also your title match.
What?
I'm really sorry.
You can't do that to me. I earned that shot. Oh, that's nice.
Simmons, warming up I see, very good.
Evening.
As you can see, I brought you a visitor, the leader of the family, Drew McDonald. He's got something to say to you.
You know, Simmons, you know the family wants you, brother. And you know you're on a winning streak now. Your last 2 matches, been good, brother. You know who to thank for that, don't you? You owe it to the family. That we made you an offer, Simmons. We don't offer too many people things like that. Think about it, brother. We'd like to have you with us. And if you're not with us, well, you're kind of against us. And you saw what happened to the rest of the people who went against us.
That's right. You don't have to make your mind up straight away, Simmons. I can see you need a bit of time to think. So you consider our offer and give us your answer. In the ring? Okay, we'll leave it to you.
Don't take too long, brother.
You know it makes sense, Simmons. You know it makes sense.
You alright?
No. Did you see the match?
Yeah, I see it. I tell you what I did? After I said that, I came straight out there and I suspended Mark Belton. And I also spoke to Doug, and he said to me, he said, Phil, the opportunity don't go to Mark anymore. The opportunity for my title goes to Aviv.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. I don't want to take any shortcuts. What do you think I should do?
Well, all my years of wrestling It taught me is to take every opportunity that comes to you. Never duck an opportunity. So if you want my opinion, I would take it. The choice is up to you.
Okay, thank you.
Zebra is taking on Doug Williams tonight, the FWA champion.
Tonight, he's ready for the biggest contest of his life, the FWA Championship. You're looking at the new FWA champion by the end of the evening. Believe me.
And here we go, Nick, the man who will challenge Doug Williams tonight for the FWA title. The Zebra Kid, seconded tonight by his father, Ricky Knight. Kid takes him down finally with a clothesline and now signals for the zebra crossing.
Could this be the zebra crossing? That'll be...
Wait, Nick! What? Ricky Knight just pushed Zebra Kid up the top
Zebra
rope.
Kid's own father, his own second Ricky Knight just...
I don't understand that. Why would Ricky Knight do that?
As I'm telling you now, that son of mine is an ungrateful little git. I'm going to get him in that ring. I'm going to take him to the woodshed. I'm going to give him a good hiding. I'm going to say to him, this is from your father. This is for all the wrongs you've done me. This is for deserting WAW and going to FWA and becoming a big noise. Ha! Big noise. You couldn't even get the job done against Doug Williams. Joey, son, by the end of the night, you'll be coming to me and say, Daddy, please let me come back to WAW. Please, help me, Daddy. That's once you come out of the hospital, son. Because tonight, Rowdy, Ricky and I is going to hurt you. Tonight, you are Zebra Kid. You're not my son, you are Zebra Kid. Opposition, someone I've got to go through to get the job done.
Learn British professional wrestling at the FWA Academy in Portsmouth. Open 7 days a week, our fully insured centre houses 2 full-sized wrestling rings, a luxury matted area and an expansive weight section. As well as weekend and week-long camps, we have 3 full-time instructors and have frequent superstar guest trainers. Many of our students have progressed onto the FWA TV show.
The FWA Wrestling Academy. They prove what I prove throughout the whole world, and that it is not the size of the fighter, but the size of the fight he will bring. For anyone who comes to the FWA Wrestling Academy, all you can do is be ready.
Time now for this week's main event. We will see a hard-hitting father versus son contest as Ricky Knight takes on his son, the Zebra Kid. This match came about when Ricky Knight recently cost his son the FWA British Heavyweight title in a recent matchup against the anarchist Doug Williams. Over again to Nick and Tony.
As it stands, Nick, this match all came about through one thing and one thing only. After being the longest reigning All England champion in FWA history, the FWA management decided...
Shut your mouth or I'll come out and slap you right around the chops. And your ugly stinking woman with you, shut up!
He's a lovely man.
I thought I was going to a wrestling show, not a geeks convention. Now listen here. This
is Zach Zodiac, my other son. This lad, why don't you shut up? I'll come out and slap you as well. Shut up. You're not talking to idiots now, you're talking to a man who will come out here and punch you right in the teeth. And listen. I'll see you on the car park outside. Now listen, the only difference with the Zebra Kid and Zach Zodiac is this son knows a bit of loyalty. He sticks with the old man, he makes the old man money, and he don't go running off to the FWA to wrestle in front of you stinking geeks.
And the opponent.
And here comes the Zebra Kid, Tony. And obviously he's going to want to send a letter in the form of his fist. Square in the spots it is. Ricky Knight's mouth. Obviously, as we've mentioned, this is an incredibly personal war that's going on between them. Ricky Knight cost the Zebra Kid the FWA heavyweight champion. And here comes the Kid.
And straight away, the Zebra Kid is wasting very little time attacking straight away on Ricky Knight. Just getting him in that corner, laying in those boots, laying in those punches. It is all or nothing in this match. The Zebra Kid scooping up his own father and sends him crashing down to the mat.
Sometimes I wish I could do that to my own father, but enough of my family problems. Let's concentrate on the Knight problems. You see, the thing is that, as Ricky Knight has said before, he didn't want his own son to win the FWA heavyweight title, because if he did, that meant in his mind he would go over to America, he would be successful, and he would leave the family business that is WAW.
At the moment, Nick, I'm thinking Ricky Knight wishes nothing had ever happened, as the Zebra Kid is beating him from pillar to post outside that ring. As we see him there, the Zebra Kid with that Norwich scarf choking Ricky Knight on the outside of the ring. Referee Tommy Stevens is trying to get some sort of order in this match. But how do you get order, Nick, in an affair this personal, Nick? It's father versus son.
Absolutely, I mean, incredibly personal. The Zebra Kid really is infuriated at his own father and the fact that the Zebra Kid, he had everything going his way in that title match. Doug Williams was injured. He only had to get one fall, and Ricky Knight pushed him off the top rope. And as a result, Doug Williams is able to retain the title, and the Zebra Kid will never have a lucky break like that again.
You know what, Nick? I think Ricky Knight has said it before, that what he didn't do for himself. It wasn't a selfish action. He did it for WAW, because he doesn't want to lose the Zebra Kid. He doesn't want the Zebra Kid to go away and have some success. But the Zebra Kid didn't see it like that. The Zebra Kid saw it as, you took away my shot. You took away my chance to be the FWA heavyweight champion. And
oh my God!
Retribution is what the Zebra Kid is looking for.
Oh my goodness! He just took out the Zebra Kid halfway across the ring with that rugby-like tackle. And I've got to tell you, the Zebra Kid looks dazed.
Zebra Kid thrown to the outside there by Ricky Knight. Ricky Knight out following him. We're going to see everything in this match, I think, Nick. We're going to see wrestling, we're going to see brawling, we're going to see blood, we're going to see guts, we're going to see violence, because when it's this personal, you never know what is going to happen, as Ricky Knight slams his own son on the outside.
You know what, I think there were some concerns with our fans, that because they're father and son, they might take it lightly on each other. Hardly. Have you seen this? They are absolutely beating the 7 shades of you-know-what out of each other. Referee climbs back into the ring. I mean, is he going to go for a count out? No, he is bringing Zebra back into this contest.
Ricky Knight slamming the head of the Zebra Kid in into that steel ring post. The Zebra is now down once again on the outside. Nick, I've not seen violence quite like this in the FWA ever since the wars of the family versus Alex Shane and Ulf Harman.
And those were Grizzlies.
And those were Grizzlies. We see the Zebra Kid on the outside now. Ricky Knight commanding that ring. The Zebra Kid with a nice shoulder tackle to the stomach of Ricky Knight as the Zebra Kid gets back into the ring.
Oh, caught him! Took him down there. I mean, he just completely picked him off the ground and just dropped him quite harshly. The Zebra Kid kicked out. You know, I want to bring it to the fans' attention that the Zebra Kid has been over to America before. He once had a date with XPW and he took on some of the competitors like Jerry Lynn. But since then, he's not had much luck getting back over to America. The FWA heavyweight title would have guaranteed him more work over in America and possibly in Japan, Tony. And in other words, Ricky Knight's own father not only cost him a lot of money, but more importantly, a lot of glory and a potential of becoming famous within the underground sea across the world.
Well, if Ricky Knight wants the Zebra Kid to stay in the WAW, I honestly think he's going the wrong way about it, but the Zebra Kid now firing back. It is taking no prisoners time in the FWA. The Zebra Kid now throws Ricky Knight over the top rope. As I was going to say, Nick, I can't see Zebra Kid wanting to stay in WAW now after the actions of his own father.
And he dives, not graceful, not pretty, but what it was definitely effective, Tony. We've always said this about the Zebra Kid. He's not here to be graceful like a bird. He's here to be as heavy and as awkward as a rock.
That's right, whatever the Zebra Kid does is always done effectively. As Ricky Knight now, both of these men on the outside, we've seen a lot of outside action from both these guys in this match. As Ricky Knight sends Zebra Kid crashing into the guardrail, and out they go into the fans.
Well, the match is now spilling outside of the confines of the guardrail into the brick wall. Ricky Knight has just thrown the Zebra Kid.
Ricky Knight picks like a rubbish bin and throws it at the head of his own son, Nick.
Well, not Ricky Knight. Zebra Kid's looking a bit dazed there, Tony. He's obviously taken a lot of blows, but Zebra with a retaliation, and now he's going to take control of this contest.
Zebra looks to be leading his father up into the bleachers or over into the fans.
I can't see quite from my own vantage point. These two men just having a war here tonight, Tony.
You can guarantee, Nick, whatever's happening, it is not pretty.
So, you want to be arrested?
And now we're bringing it back to the ring, Tony. Ricky Knight thrown into that apron. The Zebra Kid not letting off. Ricky Knight. Oh! Now keep
You
in
could
mind.
hear the sound of that, Nick, ringing out through the FWA
Well, you
crowd.
keep in mind that the Zebra Kid is also a semi-professional footballer. Those kicks bring a whole new meaning to the word pain. He knows how to strike with those kicks and the noise that came off it. Wowee.
You can see those blows that Zebra Kid is raining down on his own father's head as referee Tommy Stevens is trying to get in there because Ricky Knight has been busted wide open, and it would appear that the flow of blood is what the Zebra Kid is after. He wants to make his father lose as much blood as he can.
He's going to make him pay with a pound of flesh. It really is that simple, Tony.
Oh, Ricky Knight there, the left arm and the back of Zebra Kid's head wrenched round that steel post as Zebra Kid now gets back in this ring. You know, Nick, I pray to God that this match ends very, very soon. The violence that's in this match, we should never see this kind of violence between two family members, let alone wrestlers.
I've not seen Zebra Kid dominated like this in a long, long time, Tony. When he was the All England champion, he was such a proud and solid All England champion, and in the end he took questionable means to finally take the title. But the Zebra Kid showing his usual resilience here, Tony.
The Zebra Kid up and over, and Ricky Knight now pounding to the cameras, pounding to the fans. Look at me, look at how tough I am. Zebra Kid up, nice diving clothesline, takes Ricky Knight down.
He got it nice, he nearly took the head off of Ricky Knight with that clothesline there.
Zebra Kid now, we've seen this before from the Zebra Kid. Is he going to do it to his own father, though, Nick? Referee Tommy Stevens pleading with the Zebra Kid. Come on, don't do it, don't do it.
Can you hear the fans? No more zebras. They think they know exactly what the Zebra Kid is going to do. But of course, it is illegal technically. So obviously the referee is going to count off the Zebra Kid.
Ricky Knight is also in the ropes, but it didn't matter because the Zebra Kid drops the elbow just as the referee was looking the other way. Very clever wrestling from the Zebra Kid.
Zebra Kid knows exactly. He is a ring general, much like his own father. He knows exactly what he was doing in there. And what he's doing right now is using those ropes to get an illegal, admittedly, illegal leverage, and he's just wearing out the neck. Ricky Knight, however, tough as nails, back up on his feet.
Ricky Knight with a nice clubbing blow there takes Zebra Kid down to the mat. There's been no clear-cut advantage in this match, Nick. It goes one way and then it goes the other way. Zebra Kid off the ropes. Ricky Knight goes with the clothesline. Zebra Kid ducks once again through the legs of Ricky Knight, and a chop takes Ricky Knight stumbling down. The Zebra Kid managed to run through, but Ricky Knight caught him in midair, drops him down, goes for the count, only a 2.
I mean, obviously the match sped up a little bit there. I thought the Zebra Kid would gain the advantage, but Ricky Knight, so big, so solid, caught his son and just dropped him. And now, nice tight headlock there, Tony. He's going to keep that advantage where it is, and he's going to recuperate and think what he's going to do next to his own son.
The fans are firmly behind Zebra. They want Zebra to win this match. Now Zebra needs to fire up, needs to get out of this move, needs to do whatever he can to get the job done.
Now remember, kids, when your dad refuses to buy you a PlayStation, just remember, it could be a hell of a lot worse. He could be in the middle of that ring, making you bleed here in the Broxbourne Civic Hall.
Zebra Kid fights off there, bounces off the ropes, but Ricky Knight meets him straight away with a very high clothesline in the face, in the neck region of the Zebra Kid, taking him down once again, but the referee only getting a 2 count.
You know, I reckon at Christmas time, the Knight family is a weird household to be in. I bet the Zebra Kid got a pair of wrestling boots from Santa Claus.
Oh, Nick! We've seen this before from Ricky Knight. That's the move he used to pin Aviv Maayan, but it wasn't going to be that effective on the Zebra Kid. Now, Nick, if Ricky Knight trained the Zebra Kid, surely the Zebra Kid knows every move in Ricky Knight's arsenal.
Or maybe you could look at it that Ricky Knight knows everything that he's taught the Zebra Kid, but the Zebra Kid doesn't know every trick that the old man might have.
As Ricky Knight now with that nice reverse chin lock wearing away on the chin, on the neck of the Zebra Kid. It looks as though he's got one of his knees planted in the small of the Zebra Kid's back too, just to make that hold a little bit more effective.
Fans are clapping along. They want the Zebra Kid to gain retribution right here tonight, Tony. Oh!
Ricky Knight.
That was just ugly.
Unceremonious, Nick. No respect shown whatsoever at all. A stomp straight on the face of the Zebra Kid.
Zebra Kid now struggling to his feet. Ricky Knight there able to pick up the pieces. Knight's got whipped in, and Zebra's setting up, but Knight caught him coming in. Zebra, agile.
Send Zebra up and over. Zebra on the outside now. Ricky Knight charges at him, but the Zebra Kid goes with the shoulder block. Underneath through the legs of Ricky Knight. Ricky Knight sends Zebra Kid off the ropes, tries to trip him, but Zebra jumps over. Ricky Knight with a leapfrog. Zebra Kid with a roll through. Man, I've never seen action this big. And Crusher, Ace Crusher takes Ricky Knight down, backs himself up into the corner. Wise move from the veteran Ricky Knight there, backing himself up like that. But the Zebra Kid is firing now, Nick. He's firing on all cylinders. Now is the time, I can feel it. The Zebra Kid is going to lay in the boots to his own father.
He managed to catch that Ace Crusher, and no doubt that will allow the Zebra Kid to take advantage. And here we go! Zebra crossing time, Tony. If he can nail this elbow, you've got to believe that Zebra Kid's going to win.
Definitely, Nick. Zebra Kid perched higher on the ring, goes, hits it perfectly.
He caught Ricky Knight. He caught Ricky Knight good, and that's the pinfall that's good. No! Oh my goodness!
I don't believe it. Ricky Knight kicked out the Zebra crossing, the move that has put everyone away the Zebra Kid has ever come into contact with.
That was the maneuver that got him the All England Championship in the first place. And Ricky Knight, obviously tough and grisly like a wild
Nick, we see the younger brother Zach, and we see the son jump in the ring. That he doesn't want to see this between his own family members. And Nick, quite frankly, I can't blame him.
Well, the poor kid must be absolutely torn. You know, his bigger brother and his dad are just bullying each other.
I think both of them, saying, you know, it's gone too far. We don't need this in the family.
I mean, he's obviously praying for some sort of knife family.
Oh no, there you go.
Let him know where he stands in all of this. And FWA, the kid got swatted.
Zebra Kid, Ricky Knight manoeuvred his own son there. Ricky Knight, no, one,
pinfall.
Nick, I don't believe it.
Well, you know, I am a condoner of dirty, cheap tactics. But the fact of the matter is, we just saw young Zach get blasted with the super kick from the Zebra Kid. We know how hard he can nail that bad boy.
Inadvertently, Zebra Kid took out his younger brother by no means on purpose, and Ricky Knight goes in with a low blow and wins this match.
Ricky Knight's despicable even by my own standards, and they're pretty low.
Ricky Knight claims he's doing this match for WAW, Nick, and claims he's doing it for his family. But if there's one person that Ricky Knight is doing this for, it's Ricky Knight.
Fans, that's it. That's the end of this week's show. But be sure to tune in next time. We have got a great show, a double header. 2 prestigious FWA titles will be on the line. Firstly, the All England champion Hayde Frampton will be putting his title on the line against none other than Jack Xavier. Plus, the family will be defending their tag team championships against the team of Hampton Court, the Duke of Danger and his ever faithful butler, Simmons. As always, I've been your host, John Atkins, and until next time, I will see you ringside.